Hey everyone, I'm Jason. I'm your host of RealGolfersTalk.com. We are back. Sorry, had some technical difficulties with the equipment, so I apologize that it's been a little bit of time. I'm sure a lot of you get irritated with that, but again, I'm just trying to get this started and get it rolling. But I am really excited to talk about the PGA Championship. We're talking major championship golf. And there's so many different things to discuss when it comes to that. But we are going to give some honorable mentions because I've been away. Obviously, Jonathan Vegas winning the Canadian Open. That was big for him, back-to-back for him. So congratulations to him for that. Played really well. I actually had, playing a playoff with Charlie Hoffman, who seems every week to be on the leaderboard. And again, Jonathan Vegas pulled that one out. So congratulations to him. And then the Firestone. Hideki Matsuyama just dominated the final round, 61, 9 under par, phenomenal round of golf. Just obviously a great athlete when it comes to golf. He's phenomenal. Just his swing is different. Obviously, he takes it back, kind of has that pause and comes through, but it works great for him. Clearly, he deserved to win that, and congratulations to Hideki. Obviously has an amazing amount of talent. So. We will say congratulations to those two. But we're going to go into top 5 picks for tomorrow's round of the first round of the PGA Championship, the last major championship in golf for 2017. And we got a lot of things to discuss. We've got all kinds of things to go over. But just to go over the top 5 first, Jordan Spieth, he's going to be my number one. Obviously after winning the Open. And not just because I love the guy, but because he hits it long enough. He's not the longest player. Hits it long enough, and he just hits his iron so excellent that obviously his ability to get up and down is unbelievable, and his putting ability is unbelievable. So he's always going to be on my radar. But this reason here, with the opportunity to be the youngest player to ever get the career Grand Slam, 24 years old. Tiger did it at 24 years old, but not quite as early as Jordan Spieth would pull it off if he happens to win this. And it'd be actually interesting too, because if he wins this week, he would have won in order Masters, US Open, Open Championship, and PGA in that order to win the career Grand Slam. So that's kind of interesting too, because our first major is the Masters and our last major is the PGA. So he would have done it in order technically to win the career Grand Slam. So that's pretty interesting and pretty cool facts just to kind of think about that he could actually pull something like that off. So he's going to be my favorite. I really think the only course that I kind of wonder about is TPC Sawgrass, the Players. He seems to struggle with that type of course, but this course here, even though it has some long, especially the first hole, it's like 524 yards for a par 4. That's long, but I think obviously with the way he strikes his irons and how he can hit 300-yard drives, I think he can compete on this golf course and have a great chance to win. So he's going to be my number one. And then we're going to get into Rory McIlroy. He's number 2. He's won here twice. Won his first PGA Tour event here. Won another one a few years later than that. He's just a great talent, and he has picked up his game. He has absolutely picked up his game. Thank God. I'm so glad to talk about Rory McIlroy starting to play better, because I really like the guy, and now I'm excited to see him play because he has all the talent in the world too. There's a good amount of players now that have a lot of talent, but there's a handful that have all the talent in the world and have the mindset to win, and Rory has that. When he's on his game, his mental capacity doesn't break down. He just keeps going. So Rory McIlroy ready to go in a place that he's won twice, even though they've altered a little bit. Still think he has an unbelievable chance to win this and get his 5th major championship. So we'll see, and his 3rd PGA if he happens to win, that's phenomenal. So, and then I'm gonna throw Hideki Matsuyama in there. Hasn't won a major yet, but again, he's really young, and he's just shown so much poise and just ability to play golf at such a high level that coming off a win at Firestone, his confidence will be at a high. He seems to be on the leaderboard all the time, and he doesn't really struggle. His game just so disciplined, I can see him walking away with the Wanamaker Trophy as well. And then you're going to go Rickie Fowler for my fourth. He's won here. He got his first PGA Tour win at the Wells Fargo when it was played at Quail Hollow in the Wells Fargo tournament. Obviously, it's played in the PGA, so they didn't play it there this year. But that was where he won, Quail Hollow, his first tournament. So I expect to see him play well here too. I mean, he knows a lot about this golf course, and he obviously can hit the ball far. I think the players that have a great chance to win here are going to be the guys. I'm sure there will be a few guys that don't hit the ball quite as far, that just hit it so accurately that it will be on the leaderboard. I just feel like this is going to be a longer type of hitter that's going to have more chances. You're going to see a lot more of those guys competing to win this tournament than you are going to see the shorter guys. So Rickie Fowler, not the longest, but he can hit it long when he needs to. And obviously, I mean, just has a phenomenal putting stroke. So we'll see how he handles that. Trying to pick up his first major, and then Dustin Johnson is my fifth. Again, he's been struggling, but he's kind of been coming up a little bit. And like I said, he hits the ball so accurately off the tee. He's got the game to be in the fairway and have a lot shorter clubs than everybody else. So I absolutely expect him to turn up his game this week and try to win another major, get his second for his career. So Dustin Johnson's going to be world number one. You got to expect to be up there when his game's getting a little bit better. He's been playing more, so I feel like his back's getting better each week, and he's starting to do things that Dustin Johnson normally does. So that's kind of where we go. And if we go to the Vegas picks, in order, I have every single one of those players on my radar that the Vegas has, which makes sense. But in their order, they have McIlroy first, Spieth, Matsuyama, Dustin Johnson, and Fowler. Those are their top five. So we all have the same five players in our top five, and it just makes the most sense to have these guys there. I think this isn't going to be a first-time winner. I mean, you might throw John Rahm in there. I do like Jason Day as an honorable mention just because I feel like he's trying to play, but he was playing better last week, had some really good shots. He's one of those long bomb hitters that can just dominate. That's how he won his PGA Championship. He was in the ball so far in the middle of the fairway. He was just having these shorter clubs in that just gave him the ability to attack more holes than everybody else. So when he won a couple years ago, that's what gave him that option. So I think that's who has the advantage this week as we go into the players or the PGA Championship. So really good stuff to watch, and hopefully you guys are all watching the PGA. As weird as it is, it's on fucking TNT. I mean, golf has just grown like a little bit more and more, and they're raising the bar up, right? And then now TNT wants to be involved. Nobody wants to fucking watch golf on TNT. Come on. Put that shit on the normal state. I didn't even like it when it was on ESPN. Put this shit, CBS, NBC, whatever. Golf Channel. Get the fuck out of here with TNT. Go back to your fucking sorry-ass shows. Whatever the fuck they play on there. The basketball and shit. This is golf. The fuck, man? I don't know why the hell they even bought the rights to even fucking have the PGA Championship. Terrible. Not happy about it. And who's gonna announce that shit? Who the fuck are they gonna play to announce golf? Fucking it. We have Charles Barkley. We're gonna have Charles Barkley talking about golf. Oh no, we're terrible. It got terrible. Shut the fuck up. Talk about basketball. Get the fuck out of the golf game. You have a terrible fucking swing. Anyways, sorry guys. It just irritates the shit out of me. But I will say, just another touch on career Grand Slams. Rory McIlroy, he really wants to stop Spieth from winning this week. And like I said, he's won there twice. I really like where Rory's coming. I love the fact that there's drama in the PGA Championship. I'm listening to Spieth talk, and he's talking about how, hey, you know what? I don't feel any added pressure to be the youngest. Like, yeah, it'd be cool, but it's not my thing. And that's just shows the kind of person Jordan Spieth is. Of course he wants to win. Of course, behind closed doors, he's like, yeah, I want to be the youngest. I want to be the best. That's why he plays. That's why he's competitive. That's what everybody tries to do. They try to win, and they try to win the most, and they try to be the best. That's what competing's all about. But he says the right things in the media, and that's another thing. And I just love this to me just seems more about Spieth versus McIlroy. Will McIlroy allow Spieth to get the career Grand Slam before him. I know that in the back of McIlroy's mind, he's thinking, fuck, I had more chances than this guy. How the hell is he going to fucking come out? So I understand the great commentary on this and why we're talking about it and why they're talking about it, because it's a really good subject. So a lot of good things. And then just to mention, Augusta National, bought some land behind the 12th hole to try to maybe possibly extend the 13th hole. They're trying to do that. I mean, for me, guys, I don't know how you feel, but the 13th hole, that par 5 right there, that dog leg to the left, all those trees, to make it longer, you're just bringing, I mean, maybe that's what they want to do. They want to bring more trouble into play, I guess, but I love that hole. I think attacking the green at 13 is one of the best moments on the back nine on Sunday. So, just for me, I'd like to see him not move it back. But again, they're just trying to compete with all the technology that's out here. So I understand why they're feeling the way that they need to do that. But for me, kind of tone that down a little bit. So those are pretty much the things that we're talking about that are on my mind. I've got the top 5. Who do you guys like? I mean, obviously, I want your feedback. It makes me, get interested to know who you think's going to win. I mean, those are important things to discuss, because that's what this is about. Talking to people that don't get to talk a lot about golf on a level like these people do on the TV and shit. So people like us, we get to drink beer and discuss things. So if you got something to talk about, let me know. Hit me up, email jay316dub@aol.com, j316dub@aol.com. I appreciate it, and thank you for joining me. I'm glad to be back and everything working. This is Real Golfers Talk. I am Jay Sona. I am your host, and I'll see you guys next time.